It's currently 12:43 at night, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be talking about Jamal Murray. You know what's crazy? He's back. Dropped 32 points tonight. And it's not just that. It's not just the scoring totals, okay? It's the fact that when you watch him, he's making beautiful passes, like the one that he threw to, I think it was Christian Brown, down under the hoop, okay? Making plays, playing like we know our man can, okay? And I just think this is a guy in Jamal Murray who's, for the season, he's averaging 19 points, but over the last month, he's averaging 21 points. But not only that, because, you can average 21 points on terrible splits. No, he's taken his 45% field goal percentage up to 48%. He's taken his 38% three-point shot up to 43%. And not only that, he's out here diamond. He's out here playing defense when needed. I'm not going to say he's a top tier defender all the time, but in the fourth quarter when they need him to play defense, he's been able to be adequate. But he's dishing out, 6, 7 assists a night. Okay, grabbing some boards, being the perfect complement to Nikola Jokic. And even the other thing is, like, Michael Porter Jr. He's a little inconsistent, even though he's averaging 16 points. Jamal Murray's starting to show this consistency, coming in, giving you big buckets, allowing Jokic, hey, big bud, take a rest. All you need to do is grab boards and pass the ball, just score when needed. And I think it's just a beautiful thing to see because Jamal Murray was out for so long, and you're starting to see that aggressiveness, him attacking the basket. And the other thing is people don't talk about this, the fact that Jamal Murray is one of, if not the league's better off-ball point guards. He's a guy who can go in between like a chameleon, between being a guy who's on ball to being a guy off ball. And I just think that's just something that people really don't talk about, is his ability to play this chameleon role from being a point guard to being a combo guard mid game, and not even talking at it throughout the season. And obviously he's a de facto the point guard for this team, but what I'm inferring to is this fact that when Jokic has the ball, you know that this is going to be primarily Jokic running the show, and then you have our man Jamal Murray taking turns, and there's nothing wrong with that. It works very well, but if there part of that time is we get to see Jokic use Jamal Murray's ability to run off ball and get into position to make plays, benefit the team by being an asset. I think it's really, really fun to watch. And it's just, he's starting to be back fully. The guy that we saw pre-injury. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and be like, we're about to see bubble Jamal Murray. No, because bubble Jamal Murray, that's a tall order. I'm not going to ask that guy to do that again for, a season. That's like, like, be honest, that was amazing. If he did that, he'd be an MVP candidate if he did that for his full season. But his ability to be a guy who averages, potentially when he's 100% back, a guy who can easily average 25, 7 and 5, 25 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. I really think, like, why not? Why can't he? And I find his story remarkable, how he decided to come back on his terms, like in the sense that he waited. He could have came back in the playoffs, but he didn't feel like he was 100%, and he just said, I'm gonna wait until I feel good. And he's like, and decided to push it off to this season. And some people thought that was a coward move, but I think that's just him knowing his body better and being like, I'm not gonna fuck this up for, one playoff series when I have a whole career ahead of me. And I think that's the most important thing to take out of this, is that he's responsible. He knows what he's looking for within himself. So that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think about, this whole thing? Is this something that interests you in the sense that, or do you agree that Jamal Murray is a guy who's slowly turning, not turning, but getting back to the guy that we know who he is? Okay? Our dog. an absolute dog. A great player to watch, especially with Bones Highland, on the way out. I think this will all be beneficial. So if there's anything else I might have missed, let me know. I do love you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. 32 points, guys. Like, 7 of 12 from 3. That's ridiculous.